Bethenny Frankel says she's not afraid of cancellation amid backlash for alleged transphobic comments she made on a recent podcast episode. The Skinny Girl founder took to Twitter on Tuesday after she started to catch backlash online over comments she made on her Just Be podcast about a transgender child that attended a Hamptons all-girls camp. While the former reality star doesn't send her 11-year-old daughter to that camp, she says she is on an email discussion thread for it when she saw the conversation about the young. Frankel also went on to discuss how her daughter had to undergo a discussion about pronouns at her school, prompting many to say the star was dismissive of the transgender community and used some offensive language. She took to Twitter to respond to a Page 6 report about the backlash, writing, "Okay, I'm going to attempt sleep. My new book cover shoot is in the and at Page 6 says I'm transphobic, so it must be true, or listen to it JUSTB podcast and decide for yourself. Gotta sell papers. #Don'tHate the player hate the game." One Twitter user responded to gently let Frankel know that they thought her comments were wrong and encouraged her to simply admit it and use the controversy as a teaching moment. Instead, Frankel doubled down on her comments and noted that she doesn't believe she did anything wrong. Listen to the podcast. Then comment. "I was absolutely not wrong," she tweeted in response. "And I'm going to discuss this again this week. Thankfully I have a platform to clarify what the media loves to distort." At JUSTB podcast PS. "I'm not afraid of cancellation, so not afraid of." When one user came to Frankel's defense and said there was nothing transphobic about her remarks, she again said that she feels justified in her comments and encouraged people to come at her. 0.0 But that doesn't sell magazines and newspapers. People have been afraid to have real conversations. If you didn't read your script before speaking, people get so excited. Come at me. I'm here. And the conversation will continue. According to E! News, Frankel began the discussion about the transgender person at the summer camp by noting that political correctness had made it the craziest year in camp history, according to her account of the other parents on the email thread. One issue that occurred was it's an all-girls camp, she said, and a person with a penis, who identifies as being a girl, went to the camp and was in the bunk with the girls. She continued, "The other girls saw her, because it's her. It's male anatomy, but identifying as a woman. So, the other girls saw a penis. They're like 9, 10 years old. So, the parents obviously weren't that happy." She also said she had heard stories that this girl with a penis was making out with a lot of the different girls at the camp. The comments were deemed offensive by many listeners, as well as a moment elsewhere in the episode in which she dismissed the idea of discussing pronouns with her daughter. "I did a Zoom for my daughter's school and had the pronoun conversation with each teacher, each parent, each child," the reality star shared. "In school, too, everybody has to say their pronouns." The outlet reports that she did not teach her kid about pronouns. "My daughter didn't even know what hers were, and I can't even blame you," she explained. "I know what I am, or what I think I am, but I have never said it out loud. It hasn't come up for me.